I like that. Just we didn't even like. That's just the name now.
Quickie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Quickie.
Hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
Ah.
That's when. And today we got another quick review for y'all. We're doing Wrath of Man, starring Jason Statham, directed by Guy Ritchie. We are a couple days out from seeing this. We saw it on Thursday, so we're gonna get this to you. We're still figuring out our new little schedule, but we're talking about Wrath of Man today. A little quick review, a little 10-minute review. What are your thoughts? I want to know right away because we've had it for a couple days, so I don't feel like it's our first thoughts. I pretty much stayed the same, but and I haven't really asked you, but what do you think about it?
It's a good GTA 5 movie.
A little bit. It's definitely a GTA heist. I'm gonna pull up the.
It is very GTA heist. I was kind of surprised. I didn't really expect it to be that complex.
It is kind of. I mean, I kind of expected that from Guy Ritchie because that was. So to be fair, I'm not like a diehard Guy Ritchie fan. I only became a fan of him, I'd say, recently because of what's it called?
Sherlock Gnomes.
Well, I didn't even know that until after the movie when you told me. But The Gentleman, so good. I love that movie. It's just his type of filmmaking. Now that I know he did that, I'm like, oh, okay. Because I love both the Sherlock Holmes movies. I'm looking now. I should have looked at this earlier, but Snatch. I need to watch Snatch. I hear that's good. It looks like his first big movie.
Yeah.
He also directed Aladdin. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, the worst one.
Well, it's not.
Out of all of them.
To be fair, it's Disney. I'm not gonna hold that one to him. So, but Wrath of Man, thoughts. Good GTA movie. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting it to be like, oh yeah, this guy did this heist, and now he's like I thought it was gonna be like a betrayal kind of movie. Because once we saw the beginning, and then Jason Statham just shows out out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, something happened to him that isn't what he thought was gonna happen, and I thought it was like part of his group.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. Because we actually had more than just you and me seeing this movie. We had Paul, who's behind the camera. We actually have some. This has been the first time in months we've had someone in the room. That's not
since December, actually.
Not like my siblings, but we had actual people, and I told my sister, I was like, yeah, it's like a revenge movie, and that's just what I kind of put together from the trailers. He goes on a warpath on revenge, but the first 30 minutes aren't really that. So I was like, huh.
It was kind of slow. It was like Nobody.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, let's try and stick no spoilers for a little bit, real quick. But just
too late.
We didn't spoil anything.
I did.
What'd you spoil?
I said when those crew showed up.
You didn't. That's not. That's not even a spoiler. I feel like this movie. So, just filmmaking wise, this movie flows like freaking water down a hill. It's awesome, in a good way. It just flows. I feel like it just goes so well, and I feel like that's just Guy Ritchie's filmmaking.
I think the pacing was just kind of washy.
I didn't. I thought it was just so good. I think the dialogue he does it's so good. I was really surprised by Jason Statham in this, and just I loved it.
I don't know. I think the problem that I had with this movie was that it would just flip back and forth to people that you couldn't really tell who was there because there would be it would be so quick that it just, I don't know, it would take time to process, your brain to process, but then by the time it's processed, it goes on to another thing. So I think that was the only issue that I have.
I can see that. I mean, I think about this about every movie I watch now. It's there's with filmmaking, it's you got 2 hours, let's say, on average, and a lot of stuff you're gonna have to have the audience insinuate and put together on their own. And this is a movie that does it, but I think it's a movie that does it well. But I will say I agree, it is very fast paced. But every movie does it, and sometimes I'm more picky about it than others. Oh, you did this, you made it we had to insinuate this, but other times I'm like, oh, that was good that they did this. And
the thing is, like, when you're doing insinuations and like assumptions and stuff like that, like the movie has to have a basis of why they would do that, and it has to be a good reason, and not just like, well, let's just put it in there and let's just assume that the audience will understand it. Because like if you take like that one movie book that we saw on Netflix from last year, I don't remember what it's called. Like, was it Time? No, I think I Want to Die or something like that.
I'm thinking of Ending Things.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Ending
that
Things.
Didn't get any Oscars. She was in that Benedict Cumberbatch movie I saw, The Courier.
Yeah. So like that, like I think the basis of like just making people like, you know, assume things and, you know, making them understand that this is what it's about. I think that's where it's a really good thing to do. I think
there's a lot of gray area with that topic, but yeah.
But this movie, it didn't really do that much where it's like assuming people. What I was talking about was like, it's just like when the camera shoots to this person and then it goes to another person, it's like, okay, am I talking or am I thinking about Jason Statham's side or am I talking about the other people's side? Because like there were two people in there that looked very similar, and I just got really confused.
Yeah, because they're, I think I know what you're talking about, and we'll probably talk about that in our full review. So make sure you subscribe so you can check that out later this week. There's just certain characters that did. I kind of got confused too. I remember there's certain scenes, like I said, we'll talk about later, that you could get a little confused. So I agree with that. But I just think the movie, like itself, I think it's Guy Ritchie. He just gets screenplay like really well. Like, I don't know, something about this and The Gentleman and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And I mean Sherlock Holmes too. Like, they just all kind of just flow. These movies flow so well, at least for me. And I know you're Mr. Picky over here.
What? So, no, I'm just looking at his other movies.
I know. I'm just calling you picky because you are.
I'm not picky.
You like to pick.
I sometimes. I mean, I haven't seen this movie twice. If I saw this movie twice, then I'd probably start picking on it.
Yeah.
But like, I like the action enough. It was just. It does get annoying though when they cut it too quickly when they're like punching and shit like that. It's like, can we just slow down a little bit?
Slow down.
Yeah. Yeah. You're watching in a big screen. It's like.
Yeah. Let's get into a little spoilers. Let's get a little spoilers now. Spoiler alert. Wrath of Man. Yeah, like I thought this was gonna be a revenge story about his son being killed.
I wish we didn't watch the trailer.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I thought we were gonna start off as, but I guess not. So
going in it blind must have been Paul. When you walked in there blind, not knowing what the movie was gonna be.
About Wrath of Man?
Yeah. What did you think about it?
Like just sitting down first. Well, I was just confused, really. Well, I mean, I knew Jason Statham, so I knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess I was just a little confused at the beginning. I'm like,
that is true.
Because it was slow, right? Because it was just so like, okay. So what'd you think about it after?
I was pleasantly surprised. Like I was like, wow, that was actually really good.
Okay.
Like we'll talk more about the plot and stuff in the full review, but it's just like he's so good. I'm just Guy Ritchie more than Jason Statham, but I will say like Jason Statham's best movie ? Like I really like
my favorite. There's so many of those.
Hobbs
it's
and
like,
Shaw?
No,
not that one.
That's my baby sister.
Like there's this one. Yes, he was typecasted, but he was typecasted well.
I just see it as just like it's just Jason Statham. It's
I know.
There's nothing like I don't know. I wasn't impressed or anything, and I wasn't like there wasn't anything that stood out to me.
Fair.
That's like
that's fair.
You know what? This is his best. It was just Jason Statham.
Well, it's just like I don't know. It's not. I'm not saying this. It's no Citizen Kane.
You know what? Death Race is best. He did his best in that.
Oh, Death Race. I don't know which ones I've seen because there's like 10 of them, but
the first one was the one where it's him. Because in the other ones, he kind of replaced them, and it's kind of annoying. They're all kind of stupid. Yeah.
I don't know which ones I've seen. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Speaking of spoilers, about halfway through the movie, not even halfway, it was like a quarter before it ends. It did get predictable with that one guy who walks away with the money, or who dies at the end. One of the other bad people
die at the end.
The ending.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy?
Yeah,
with the money.
The guy that killed his kid.
Yeah. I kind of did predict that a little bit.
Oh yeah,
but there was a little bit of tension in there where it was like, okay, so which of these idiots or these two are going to take the money home?
Like, I was like, okay, he killed his son. He's going to be the one to get out. So there was tension though. It's like, oh, is it going to be the guy who like screwed him over, who's kind of his friend for like a year, or is it the guy that killed his son that's going to get away? Because they're the last two standing. Because everyone else doesn't really get. I don't know. Well, let's wrap this up because I feel like I don't know how long we went, but a little
long
quick
time.
Yeah, a little quickie review. So that's our kind of. Normally, when we're fresh out of the movie, we have more to talk about, but it's been a couple of days. We slept since then.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like I said, make sure you subscribe. We'll give a final full review out of 10, what we think about it's a little bit more in depth. Like I said, subscribe. We've been the Continuity Crew. Oh, I'm Will.
I'm uploading.
That's when, and he's uploading. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like. If you liked it, make sure you comment down below what's your favorite Jason Statham movie. We'll see you on the next one.
And if you didn't like it, leave a dislike. We don't give a shit.
We love movies. We love y'all. See you on the next one.
If you like it, leave a dislike. If you didn't like it, leave a like.
It's like
reverse psychology.